Joining us now is they've given you already, so we'll just do it in December. The chief of Umukwata, the one that makes Kasongo fear.
Bimbai loves that. Good morning.
Kasongo, yeah.
I got some calls from my village.
What did they say?
They love you, Rufai. Rufai on fire. You are their cousin.
I love see.
You are their cousin.
In Oji's village, one of the freshest air is in Umukwata.
Hey, Umukwata to the world.
I can't wait.
Good morning, Rufai on fire. Good morning, Bimbai. How are you this morning?
Judith, if people knew that we were debating until late into the night
We were.
yesterday,
I woke up laughing.
I had a fantastic intellectual exchange.
I love it. I love to have those sort of conversations. Good morning, our favorite international correspondent. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. Hope you are too.
Plenty stories to talk about internationally, especially with Israel and the Syria bombing.
Yes.
I didn't really like that yesterday, but we'll touch on it. All right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending in Plateau State, where 27 farmers, including children, were killed by gunmen in an attack on Bindi, a community in Riyom local government area of the state. The gunmen also set houses ablaze. Around 3 a.m. on Tuesday, the governor of the state, Caleb Mutfwang, declared on Wednesday that the era of unknown gunmen attacking communities in the state must end. He made the comment during his visit to Bindi community. Mutfwang expressed concern that the attack occurred despite intelligence warnings and urged security agencies to overhaul their tactics, arrest the perpetrators, and remember that their primary duty is to defend lives and property, not just to keep peace. Let's take a look.
We promise you, Riyom will not come down. By the grace of God, we will use every means at our disposal to make sure that this genocide comes to an end. I don't know who will tell me that what happened yesterday is farmers' herders clash. This is an act of terrorism. This is pure genocide, and I can assure you that we'll escalate this matter.
All right, Mutfwang there, he's reiterated his point. Like he's done earlier, he's called this a complete genocide, Rufai. But in the meantime, affected community members stated that they received early warning information before the attack occurred and reached out to security agencies. However, they did not receive response in time. They spoke with News Central. Let's take a look.
There was an early warning information, but we called. We didn't get response. If to say the security responded at the time we called them, this wouldn't have happened.
This is part of the collusion and the complicity of the security agents that have been sent to respond to a distress calls, but they couldn't, and it led to this. We must commend the SCF operatives that were stationed at SOAP, because if not that they have stood their ground, the actually fatality would have been higher than this.
I am calling on the governor as the chief security of this state. He should do something to Riyom local government. He should do something to these people. People are becoming homeless. People are becoming fatherless. People are becoming motherless.
I mean, you can hear them. They said they received intelligence report. They reached out to security, yet they did not get a response in time. I mean, what are the security agents doing in Plateau State there? Let me take Plateau government's tweet. It wrote, legalize guns, simple, so all men can defend themselves and family, even their communities, because these killings are too much. How can a community just sit and wait for people to come and kill them and go without defending themselves? Well, Abdul Kari wrote, a governor is the chief security officer of the state. His work is to secure life and property of the people of the state. But many of these governors are incompetent, but people make it easy for them because anything that happens in the state, instead of people to hold them accountable, they will be calling president in Abuja. Rufai, we've had this sort of conversation before. We saw the governor there, just almost helpless, looking like, he's helpless, which we don't understand why he's looking so helpless. You have intelligence, you have security. Please fish out these people. This cannot continue happening in Plateau State. Rufai.
Very sad one. At first, my commiserations to the lives lost.
Yes.
But this morning, I'd like us to check, maybe you can, by any directory, just check the meaning of a genocide.
Genocide, yeah.
It means the deliberate killing of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group. Can we look through how many people have been killed between Mangu, this is in Riyom, right?
This is in Riyom.
And other local governments around Plateau in the last 6 months to a year? Can we calculate? Today is 32. The death toll here has gone up to 32. It's been happening serially, sometimes 10, 15 and everything.
Yeah.
Cumulatively, the death toll is going close to 500 to 1,000. And it's consistent. And we seem not to be able to nip people in the bud. I'll give kudos to the security agencies when we give kudos to them. The DSS is trying, looking at this situation, but how can we get to the root of this that it never happens again? How come these people do it and they go? In the case of Benue, it was when the president said, you mean they did not arrest anybody?
Yes, that was
Then
when
the
we
police
had the IG come out.
Paraded some suspects. The question is, what happened to the suspect afterwards? And why didn't the police arrest those people until the president spoke? Am I missing something there? So, all hands must have to be on deck.
Yes.
We need to look into this critically and see, very soon, a lot of people will come and challenge the governor and say he doesn't know what he said when he mentioned genocide.
Exactly.
But what does this look like? You that in your eye, you know, some people say, oh, let's be fair and balanced, let's be this and that. Okay, I've put the analysis. Consistent serial killing of a particular group of people. It's not that it's for crime or criminal. It's not that they're coming to steal from them. They don't cut away their property. No. Or they just kill them and go. Or did they collect, okay, maybe they collect land for them.
No,
So,
I mean...
the houses are still
left.
left.
The houses are still there. The people, we have
So they
visuals
kill them.
of the people.
So it's not that they
family
carted away
members
property
crying. We have the
and all of
visuals.
that. So the houses are still there.
Yeah.
So what is that? As a right-thinking member of society, see,
Where are the visuals?
the truth has to be said. In Section 14 of the Constitution, the reason why we surrender our sovereignty to the government is for protection and security of lives. The moment people start to doubt the capacity of the government to protect them, it's an anarchy situation, and I don't want that. And that's why this conversation about let people get guns. Because if you say people should get guns, then for me, I might be wrong, it's a contravention of Section 14 of the Constitution that says the security of people, of life and property, sole responsibility of the government. Yeah. In other climes where people get guns like America, is because that was written into the Constitution. And it was written into the Constitution for a specific reason. So that people do not have the autonomy of violence over the other. And that's why there's an amendment in the Constitution that deals with the capacity to be able to bear firearms. Yeah. So please, we would like to call on the government.
Right.
Section 14, do something. I mean, you can't have people live in their neighborhoods and societies petering out. Again, what is the definition of a genocide?
Right. Well said, Rufai. You know, we reiterate on this table, we call on the security agencies, especially the government, the governor right there. I mean, the collaboration with the DSS and security forces is paramount at this point because we are getting reports from members of the community there saying they had intelligence. I mean, if you can have intelligence, how is it that, you know, the governor and the security forces don't have that? That really killed me, really. May those people, even children, may their souls rest in peace. I mean, I don't want to keep saying this every day.
But you will say it.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Tomorrow,
I mean, but whenever day it happens, it's sad.
Plateau bleeds, really.
Yeah.
We need help there. Well, let's head over to Katsina State now, where former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, and the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, along with other dignitaries, visited Daura to condole with the family of the late former president, Muhammadu Buhari, and offer prayers at his graveside. Peter Obi was unable to attend the funeral on Tuesday due to flight restrictions, made a point of visiting on Wednesday, emphasizing the importance of national unity beyond political divides. Speaking with Arise News, Obi recalled Buhari's words to him during his campaign, stating that the late president urged him to take care of poor Nigerians if he won the presidential election. Let's take a look.
Well, I had the opportunity of meeting him while I was campaigning, and I remember his words to today. Please care for the poor Nigerians. That's what I always remember. And I believe that he did his best within his capacity.
That was beautiful to hear, Vimbai. Take care of poor Nigerians. And that was what was paramount for the late former president, Muhammadu Buhari. We know that he had a lot of programs, especially for the poor, Vimbai, when he was alive.
Absolutely. You know, some people say, I mean, gosh, we can debate this for days and days and days. But some people say that, you know, the real reason why he didn't want to, he didn't go ahead with removing the subsidy is because he knew that it would lead to the type of situation we see now, where there would be an inevitable cost of living crisis. That's what some people argue. Other people might argue different things. But I think one thing that does stand out is that in his own way, he did have a heart for people, and he did the conditional cash transfers. There were the trader money. There were several things that were rolled out, or rather, the intention behind several programs that were rolled out was to alleviate, the poverty of the masses. Execution is another conversation, but I think here we're focusing on intention. Of course, you know, the other thing that made headlines, and I think we were all anticipating when I was watching live when Ayo Adenayi was able to get that interview with Peter Obi after the prayers was, where was Peter Obi during the funeral? Yes. Before we even get to his response, I just feel that the standard we're holding Peter Obi, who's not any official office holder, he's not a public servant, he's a private citizen who is an opposition politician. I think the standard we're trying to hold him to is impossible. I'm glad he made it to Daura. He said he couldn't make it to Daura on time because logistically it was difficult to get there. Landing there, you saw the number of private jets that were there, the number of aircrafts that were there. It was a difficult place to access Katsina and then by road to Daura. So I think that it was a little bit heavy-handed for people to start criticizing him for not showing up to the funeral, number one. Yeah. But number two, at least he came to pay his condolences. But you'll never please all of the or the critics. But for me, it was just a reminder of the fact that, gosh, we're holding this man to a very high standard and sometimes almost an impossible standard. And we also do need to remember that, yes, he's an opposition politician, but the same energy we give to him, let's give to those who are actual office holders, people who are actually holding elected office at the moment, who owe us accountability, because currently Peter Obi is a private citizen. He actually doesn't owe us anything. But I'm glad he went there. The mourning continues. I believe there's 3 or 4 days left of the 7 days of mourning. And we continue to pray for the family, the loved ones, and a lot of support going towards the family. I'm glad to see that, you know, that spirit of Ubuntu, as we call it, is surrounding them in Daura.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Vimbai. I mean, yes, the mourning continues. We did see, Peter Obi with Buhari's daughters there. It was, refreshing to see that the family is surrounded by people that, love them. There were also prayers at the graveside. If you have those visuals of Atiku Abubakar and, of course, El-Rufai by the graveside, praying, in earnest at that particular moment. But also, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu released a tweet yesterday, quite a solemn tweet as well, and I'd like to read it out for our viewers. President Tinubu, and he posted some pictures along with this tweet. He wrote, "Yesterday was a solemn and deeply emotional day for me. We laid to rest a man I was proud to call a friend, a brother, and a patriot, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, my Gaskia, was not just a former president. He was a man of rare discipline and quiet strength, whose love for Nigeria shaped every decision he made. Even in the face of criticism, I mourn him deeply, not just as my predecessor, but as a comrade in the long and often lonely journey of nation building. To his beloved wife, Hajia Aisha Buhari, and the entire family, I offer my heartfelt condolences. May you find comfort in the honor and legacy he leaves behind. Nigeria has lost a true son. I have lost a friend in former President Buhari. May Allah grant him Al-Jannah, Firdaus, I like that. Rest well. Baba Buhari. I mean, if we can show those images that President Tinubu posted on X, I mean, it was quite befitting to see that they had, you know, pictures of his military hat and, of course, his sword. Again, may our president, our former president, Seyi Baba Muhammadu May Gaskia, may his soul continue to rest in peace. We'll take reactions trailing the resignation of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar from the People's Democratic Party, a party in which he was a founding member of in 1998. In a letter dated July 14th, addressed to his ward chairman in Jada Adamawa State, Atiku stated that his decision was with immediate effect. He cited a departure from the party's foundational principles as a reason for his exit, expressing that he found it necessary to part ways due to the current trajectory the party has taken, which he believes diverges from the foundational principles they stood for. He described his decision as heartbreaking, but necessary due to irreconcilable differences. Well, let's take some tweets. We'll take Festus Keyamo's tweet. He wrote in his capacity as SAN. He wrote, "Your Excellency, while I acknowledge that it is within your constitutional right to challenge political parties at any time, you may wish, however, releasing your letter of resignation from the PDP during this week of the mourning of our immediate past president, Muhammadu Buhari, is clearly an attempt to draw the spotlight away from such a solemn occasion and direct it on yourself. In fact, as the image below shows, you prepared, typed, signed, and delivered that letter the morning after the passing away of former president was announced. With the greatest respect to you, this clearly demonstrates that your obsession with your perennial presidential ambition knows no sympathy or empathy. And since we are on the issue of your letter, it is both morally and legally wrong to continue to use the coat of arms of the federal government in your private or political communications when you stopped being a functionary of the federal government more than 18 years ago. Section 6 of the Flag and Coat of Arms Act, Cap F30 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 makes this an offense. I mean, Festus Keyamo here is saying that Atiku is committing an offense. You did see that letter, and that was the first thing that I saw. He has the coat of arms on his letter. I mean, in my mind, I was like, what capacity? Maybe I can learn more on that.
Office of the former vice president.
Oh, you know, people also have cards that they write, friend of the president. Friend of the president, really. I mean, but that's Festus Keyamo saying that it is an offense to use an official letter in that manner. But in the meantime, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde stated on Wednesday that Atiku Abubakar's resignation from the PDP will not negatively impact the party's standing. Speaking at an event in Akure, Makinde asserted that the PDP is an institution with freedom of entry and exit, and that it is better for anyone who holds the PDP down to quit. He also downplayed the ADC's threat to the PDP, stating that their goals are similar, that is to address governance issues, emphasizing that leaders come and go, but the state and country will remain. Let's take a look.
I don't think that will make any dent on PDP as a party. PDP is an institution, right? You're not happy about the tempo and the pace of governance, you're free to associate and see what can be done. But one thing we must all realize is that players will come and go, governors will come and go, president will come and go, but our country will remain.
All right. Seyi Makinde there standing strong for his party. But we know also that Dele Momodu has quit the PDP as well. He put out a statement yesterday and he wrote to his ward chairman in Owan East local government area in Edo State. He wrote, "My reason is simple and straightforward. Our party has been unarguably hijacked by anti-democratic forces from within and outside in broad daylight. It is therefore honorable to abandon the carcass of the party to them, while the majority of us earnestly sign up with the new coalition party known as the African Democratic Congress. I will forever treasure the kind support you gave me at all times." All right, the carcass, the PDP now. Empty shell, that's what he's calling it.
I think it's stronger than an empty shell. He said it's dead. There's no life there again. A carcass, roadkill. Okay, that's what he implied.
Yes.
See, so with the PDP, we've been talking about this at length about how many people have been. That's what they said. That's what he said. He said,
"Come on, let me." There's no one good
word. So I think that in a situation like this, if you are still within the PDP, if you're supporting the PDP, you would want someone to come out and speak with strength, and that's exactly what the governor of Oyo State did. I don't think that he could have said anything else other than to put a strong face on and say that, yeah, if these people want to go, they can go, that the party is still an institution, there's still life there. Dele Momodu said it's a carcass. Seyi Makinde says there's still life there, and we will see what the people decide in 2027.
We will see. So let me take Felix Morka's tweet again. He also reacted before I come to you. Rufai on fire, plenty violent. Felix Morka wrote, "Yet again, Atiku uses his revolving door out of the PDP for the third time, all in his desperate but ever elusive search for the presidential golden fleece. Indisputably, the weakest link in Nigeria's partisan democracy, Atiku is driven only by his selfish and obsessive presidential ambition, never willing to put in the work to build his party or remain to solve its internal crisis, but claims a birthright entitlement to presidential ticket of his party to the exclusion of all others. Congratulations, Nigeria's incomparable political wanderer." Felix Morka with the words. He's calling Atiku a political wanderer. Rufai on fire.
Wonder. You know when the way people are potting from one party to the other.
Yes.
You know what I remember? Saka's song in the advert. I don't pot to.
All right.
Oh yeah. So Dele Momodu, he has has left the PDP. The truth is, yes, you can make the moral argument that, oh, politicians, you should stay true in your political party. But the question is, who amongst them that are criticizing people does the stone not point back at in this potting business? In fact, some people will say, the likes of Dele Momodu, that they use their full chest to pot, are better than some people that are in the PDP and they are working for the APC.
Oh, there's that too.
Are even better than people like Seyi Makinde that is talking that people should go today. There is a governor in the PDP, but worked against his party in the last election. So, when you look at it, this smear is on all of them. They all do it. Nigeria has not gotten to the point where you have leftist ideology, right ideology, a right of center political party. We've not got, maybe we had that before, back in the days of the Action Group, or back in the days of the, what's his name, Aminu Kanos of this world, you know, the Nepos of this world. But today that has dissipated. So all of them fall in that category. Secondly, it's so easy for people that destroy the PDP, and I'm coming back to Mr. Seyi Makinde, to now say, yeah, people can come and they go. When Mr. Seyi Makinde and Mr. Wiki and Mr. Autumn and all of these people were destroying the PDP because of the interest of one person, and I'm very happy former Governor Autumn came on air today. A lot of revelations were made. I think people should go and cut the interview we had today and keep it and archive it. Because he said invariably, when they were trying to sideline our candidate I support, we had to do so. It was about their own interests. And that's why when we keep asking, this same process that the NEC agreed to throw open, if it had favored Wike, Wike has scuttled everything. If the vice presidential candidacy had even gone to him, they have done this. You see, primary school, childhood lessons, you will never get what you want every time. And what we expected was that people would be a party man. As regards Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, how many parties now? He has gone through everywhere. He has an ambition. But you see, if you want to fault him for his ambition, the question is, what about Muhammadu Buhari? The President Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory today, he too left through many parties to be able to get his ambition, from AMPP to CPC up to APC, to be able to get his ambition. So when you want to throw stone at one politician, it goes back in return. But the point Mr. Festus Keyamo made was apt. And the part of the lawyer quoted was right. I don't think it's right for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to use the Federal Coat of Arms, especially with a letter that he's writing to declare to do a partisan something. I don't think it's good taste. I think it negates the ethos of this, Federal Coat of Arms and everything. And the laws are there. Section 6 of the Federal Coat of Arms prohibit the use of Nigerian Coat of Arms without lawful authority in a matter that could deceive or mislead others into believing the communication or action is from federal government. This was a political partisan matter. There was no need for it. And it was not necessary. So, apart from that, you can berate him and say all sorts. But it's so easy to berate him today. The same Atiku used to be very best of friends with President Bola Tinubu. The same President Bola Tinubu was the one that said, Atiku, come and run. I have platform for you. When Obasanjo was the enemy. All of them, they run around the same circle. So in Nigerian politics, when you throw a stone, 5 comes back to you in return. And that's why they're all the same. And Vimba, you made a very valid point. You see, there's a lot of illusion and delusion in the Nigerian political commentary space. They're mandating Peter Obi. Why didn't he go to Daura? Why didn't he do this and everything? And like you said rightly, he's a private citizen. The truth is, if Peter Obi was a public citizen or held a political position, the scrutiny will be 10 times more on him. The reason President Tinubu is getting all this scrutiny is because he's in power today. The moment he finishes his term and is no longer in power, the truth is, you don't have scrutiny on him again. And he owes us nothing. So as long as he's there, we will scrutinize.
All right.
Peter Obi, you can't now because he's not. But see, in fact, Peter Obi's on there, in a case that he nears anything power, my neck pressing of him will be the highest because he promised a lot. I will press.
You will press. Rufai,
I will press his neck. He must deliver results.
He must deliver.
I'm even too lenient on President Tinubu. Too lenient.
You mean President Tinubu, when the time comes, you will be worse with Peter Obi, right? So
no, I said if anything happens that he nears any political position,
right.
The way I'm going to press his neck, I say I'm too even lenient on President Tinubu.
All
the way
right.
I'm going to press his own neck.
All right.
I will press, because accountability is key for the governance of this country.
That's all we ask on this table, accountability. Well, let's head over to Syria now, where Israel's airstrike on the Syrian Ministry of Defense in Damascus was captured live on Syria TV, forcing the anchor to take cover. The video of the strike, which was shared by Israel's Defense Minister, Israel Katz, on X, who captioned it, "The painful blows have begun." In the video, the reporter is seen calmly talking to camera when suddenly an explosion blows up a building behind her. Let's take a look.
قال وزير الدفاع الاحتلال الإسرائيلي إسرائيل كاتس إن الجيش سيواصل مهاجمة قوات
was unfortunate. Well, Israel took the Syrian capital, Damascus, by surprise on Wednesday as it launched a series of strikes on the city. The Israeli airstrikes on Syria are reported to be part of its commitment to protect the Druze, an Arab minority, at the center of clashes with government loyalists. Well, if you recall, Adefemi, only recently Israel bombed the office of Iran's state broadcaster in Tehran during a live show, prompting the anchor to flee mid-broadcast. We're seeing this sort of invasion by Benjamin Netanyahu, because it's really him at this point. Meanwhile, here's a video featuring American Jewish actor and singer Mandy Patinkin, who is best known for his portrayal of Inigo Montoya in the 1987 movie The Princess Bride. Passionately condemning Israel's leadership, he said that Benjamin Netanyahu is dangerous for Jews globally while denouncing Israel's war on Gaza. Let's take a look.
And I ask Jews all over the world to consider what this man, Benjamin Netanyahu, and his right-wing government is doing to the Jewish people all over the world. They are endangering not only the state of Israel, which I care deeply about and want to exist, but they are endangering the Jewish population all over the world. He is the most dangerous thing, not just since October 7th. It has been a deeply troubled situation. To allow this to happen to children and civilians of all ages in Gaza, for whatever reason, is unconscionable and unthinkable. And I ask you Jews everywhere all over the world to spend some time alone and think, is this acceptable and sustainable? How could it be done to you and your ancestors, and you turn around and you do it to someone else?
This was so emotional, Adefemi, and he is quite right. A Jewish man berating another Jew live on television. And we're seeing this sort of policies that Benjamin Netanyahu has put in place that has exposed the Jews to this sort of attacks at this point. I
felt goosebumps just listening to the passion behind his words there. And perhaps when Israel hears another Jewish person who looks like them say this, perhaps it will fall on ears that are willing to listen, because many people around the world, many people on this desk, many people on social media have condemned what Israel have been doing.
Yes.
If we just break this down to a schoolyard matter, Israel is a bully, a huge bully, and they're able to continue bullying the Middle East, Palestine, Lebanon, anywhere, Iran, because they are being backed by a country that's speaking out of both sides of their mouth. If the United States is serious about peace in the Middle East, it should stop emboldening Israel to be continuing these atrocities. If you truly want to be a mediator, you cannot take a side. What Israel is doing in the Middle East is tantamount to bullying. They are the strongest military power there. Everywhere, they are fighting with everyone, and it's not just them protecting themselves. They are the offenders. Yeah. They are the people who are going into other countries. What they're doing in Syria is wrong because they are encroaching into Syrian land. The Druze community, which they're using to justify their encroachment, is just an excuse. Yes. What are you doing in that land in the first place? Yes, you can say, as Vimbai mentioned earlier, that some of their IDF fighters are recruited out of that sect, but they are not Israeli people. It's not Israeli land. And they are able to continue to manipulate different world issues to further their own agenda. Okay, Syria fell with Bashar al-Assad, and then they use that to go into the Golden Heights. It's wrong. Completely. It's wrong at every corner.
3 people died in that surprise attack yesterday. This is really unquestionable at this point. I believe the United States at this moment is in talks with, the sort of negotiation that they are making at this point. We need world peace. Shall we take our story under our milestones now by paying tribute to the legendary figure in Nigerian football known as the godfather of Ijaw football, Monday Sinclair, who passed away on Wednesday, July 16th, at the age of 88. Monday Sinclair was a Green Eagles player in the 1960s, making his debut for the Nigerian national team on February 27, 1963. He was renowned for his ability to discover and mentor future Super Eagles stars at the grassroots level. He is also credited with unearthing and guiding players such as the late Nigerian goalkeeper Peter Rufai, Taribo West, and Finidi George. Sinclair serves as the interim coach of the Super Eagles in 1997 and also had a stint as the head coach of the Equatorial Guinea national team. The Nigerian football community is mourning the loss of a true legend, a revered coach and mentor who will be remembered not only for his tactical acumen, but more profoundly for his unparalleled eye for talent. Sinclair died barely 2 months after expressing a desire to be in heaven during his last interview with a Rise correspondent, OjyOkpe George.
There are also other footballers who really played for this country and for great nations. So when I die, I will meet them over there. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Sir, you will not die.
Not yet.
Not now.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not now.
All right.
Thank you very much.
A true legend, Sinclair's impact on Nigerian football is immeasurable. He was a quiet force behind the scenes and often shone in the limelight. Our thoughts are with his family, friends, and the entire Nigerian football community. May his soul rest in peace. We'll take our final story now under entertainment. Barack and Michelle Obama have finally addressed the state of their marriage after months of speculation that the couple's relationship is on the rocks. Barack Obama making his first appearance on a recent episode of Michelle Obama's podcast, IMO, which she co-anchors with her brother Craig Robinson, joked about the rumors by saying she took me back. It was touch and go for a while. Let's take a look.
Barack Obama, can you join us on
Come
our
on
set?
out here, brother.
Welcome to IMO. Look at you.
Wait, you guys like each other?
Oh yeah, really, huh?
That's so
the
nice.
rumor mill. It's my husband, y'all.
She took me back.
Now don't start.
I can't.
It was touch and go for a while.
It's so nice to have you both in the same room together.
I know, because when we aren't, folks think we're divorced.
So I don't even know this stuff's going on.
Right.
And then somebody will mention it to me, and I'm all like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
There hasn't been one moment in our marriage where I thought about quitting my man. And we've had some really hard times, so we have had a lot of fun times, a lot of adventures, and I have become a better person because of the man I'm married to.
Okay, don't make me cry now. Right at the beginning of the show.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Don't let me start tearing up now.
Oh, that was beautiful to see. Don't make me cry. Waxing strong. Rumor mongers, please leave this powerful, very powerful couple. You know, Barack was like, what are you talking about? Well, all right. They wouldn't. I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. It's good to see Barack and Michelle Obama together. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.